there, my name is Michelle and I am going to draw a room using one-point linear perspective. The first thing you want to think about is your horizon line. Remember, the horizon line represents eye level, not necessarily where the sky meets the earth. Then we're going to draw our vanishing point. The third thing that we're going to draw is a rectangle. Remember, a rectangle has 4 90-degree angles. And each two sides are parallel to the others. This rectangle is going to represent the back side of our room. Okay, there's our rectangle. Now we are going to draw diagonal lines. In this case, we are going to line the ruler up with our vanishing point in the corner of the room and just extend it to the outside of the room. This is going to represent the inside edge of where the ceiling meets the walls and where the floor meets the walls. Okay, so we have the back of the room, wall, floor, ceiling. Can you see it? Now let's draw things in it. This is a rectangle. This represents the end of the bed. So now I'm going to use my ruler to draw my diagonal lines that recede back to the vanishing point. And I know that my bed is only so long, so those lines don't need to be super long. And you're probably going to want to erase part of your diagonal lines later, so think about practicing using a really light line value with your pencil. You can always add more later or make your lines darker later with a pen or a colored pencil. Now we're going to indicate the edges of this object that is starting to become a 3D object. I know that the bed is not going to go any further than this back wall, so I'm going to look at this intersection here and keep my ruler parallel to this edge, move the ruler back till it meets that edge, and draw a line segment that connects those two diagonal lines. Now I'm going to look at this intersection here and line my ruler up with that intersection, but it's still going to be parallel to this line. Move your ruler back and connect the diagonal lines with another line segment. And there, now you have what could start to look like a 3D object. Erase some of your lines and it's a little easier to see. Okay, so that could be a bed. You can add things to it if you want, like blankets, pillows, whatever makes you happy. You might want to draw more objects like a rug or a window. I find drawing a window, what works best for me is to draw the wall, because notice when you look at a window, you see part of the wall, and to me that is a rectangle that you can draw. The first rectangle, which will guide you. Think about your vanishing point. Line it up with the edge of the wall, like so. And line your vanishing point up with the edge of the wall. Think about the inside edge, like so. And then go ahead and connect them with your line segment. So it's just a slightly different way to approach the window. Okay, and then you have this little line right here that represents the bottom. I'm lining it up with the vanishing point, like so, and again, line it up with your vanishing point. There's really not much of the top of this window that's going to show, the windowsill there. Okay, and then you can add a curtain if you want, or not, or blinds. I do think that maybe we should have a dresser there or something else. So let's look at this picture where we have the bed that's still quite similar to what we just drew. But you can add items to the bed. Maybe you want to have a bedspread, and maybe you want to just soften those corners a little bit so it doesn't look like you're sleeping on a refrigerator box, which might be kind of fun, but would get a little uncomfortable after a while. Soften some of the corners. Maybe you have a bedspread that hangs over, maybe not. Maybe add some pillows, and then you can color that in as you wish. Notice what I've drawn here is to help me guide what I wanted this to look like. I did know as I was drawing this rug that I wanted it to be kind of thick and fluffy. So I drew this little rectangle to start with, which would represent the front edge of the rug. And then I drew my diagonal lines receding back to the vanishing point. And then I created the back of the rug right there. Now let's look at this dresser. How do you draw a dresser? Well, you would start by drawing a box. Think about drawing the front edge of your object. And maybe we'll draw the dresser so that the little strange stick person is standing on it. Maybe it's one of Chucky's friends. Okay, that's our box. Now you're going to draw your diagonal lines that are going to represent the sides and the top of your object. And remember, draw them kind of lightly so you can erase later. Okay, and now we're going to indicate the edges of the box. So line your ruler up so that it's completely parallel to this front edge. We know that it can't go past this because that represents the back of the wall, right? The back of the room. Let's draw up, and then we're going to look at this intersection here and draw straight across so that it's still parallel with that original front edge of the dresser. And look at that. We have a little dude standing on the dresser. Okay, cool. And then you can draw your drawers as you wish. If you want to draw a poster or something like that on the wall, you would probably want to draw the front edge of the poster and then think about how it might recede back to the vanishing point. But I don't know, maybe it takes up most of your wall. You can decide how big it's going to be. And then connect these diagonal lines with a line segment. Okay, so you could color that in as you wish. Okay, so here's one that I drew. I added some texture to the rug and I added lines on the floor. Remember, all the lines are going to recede back to your vanishing point. Yeah, so there you have it. Use those methods on the left and it should work out great.